Everybody, it's Hey John. It's March 26, 2021, and I will be covering some Dogecoin news today and the Dogecoin technical analysis. And in this video, I will be covering the Dogecoin news. But before we get to all that, do me a huge favor and just tap the subscribe button and tap the like button for one reason, okay? To share these videos to people who have not been exposed to Dogecoin to help grow the Dogecoin community. It's simple as that. So do your part. I'm doing my part by creating these videos. So do your part by doing a quick tap, all right? That's all I ask. And I hope you do that to grow the Dogecoin community, okay? So today's news here is I found this article fairly interesting on Twitter, actually. So basically, there's an article written by at the Onion, the richest person in every state and how they made their money. I'm not gonna read the article because that isn't really relevant for the most part, but I want to get to the part with Elon Musk though. Okay, so Elon Musk replies to this article, one of two, at Elon Musk. This article is false. Elon Musk explains, I arrived by myself in Canada in '89 with Canadian $2,500. I paid my own way through college, ending with $100,000 in student debt. Started first company with no funding and just one computer I built. There's no evidence whatsoever of an emerald mine. Continuation 2 of 2. My father and his extended family have been dependent on financial support from my brother and me for over 20 years. This article is actually accurate. Everyone has Jeremy Arnold. Everyone has a take on Elon Musk. Mine is that he deserves a fair shake, no more, no less. Wherever you see him on the hero and villain spectrum, I encourage you to read this and sit with the implications. Article's right here. I'm not gonna read it though because it's kind of lengthy. But the point being here is that reading what Elon Musk said here just tells me that okay, he's a humble man who came from humble beginnings, such as you and I. For most of us, I'm assuming if you're watching my videos, we are pretty much mostly the humble people, right? The working class for the most part. If you're a bazillionaire, hey, great, happy to have you here. But yeah. So I'll leave it at that. So that being said, um, Dogecoin is in a very similar, I would say, situation, such as Elon Musk here, right? Because Dogecoin is a very humble coin. It's meant for fun, but now it's at a $6 billion plus market cap right now, and just like Elon Musk started with nothing, now he became something, right? Just like Dogecoin started with nothing, now it's becoming something, and it's about top 17, I believe, of the cryptos for being a joke, right? And I just believe that with Elon Musk behind us in the Dogecoin community, there's no reason why we won't go to the moon sooner rather than later here. Obviously, there's an investment here. I'm not trying to pump it up, but I'm just saying, based on seeing Elon Musk reply to this article here at the Onion here, it just tells me, okay, you know what? Only a humble person will see these kind of things, right? You know, I mean, why would he bother even replying to it, right? Obviously, he was personally, I would say, probably offended by it, so he felt a need to clarify, and he did. I didn't know this stuff either, by the way. So, if you guys know more, let me know. Leave a comment below. But as far as me reading this right here, this just tells me that Dogecoin is the way to go, and that's why I bought a dip yesterday on March 25th and March 24th. As of today, the Dogecoin price is about 532, by the way. I also covered the technicals, not in this video here, so you can get more of that in my next video. Oh, one more thing also on Twitter also. There's a person called at Karina Kopf. Um, she basically threw out a tweet a few months back saying, "Hey," she basically said, "If I get 50,000 retweets, and I'll get Dogecoin tatted on my rear end, pictures included." By the way, this is an influencer influencing Dogecoin. So this is pretty good in my opinion. I think it's pretty great. When you have people who are not really into Dogecoin to begin with, but they see it and they're interested in it, and guess what they do? These people who are influenced, such as her, she probably has many followers. Let's see. Let's actually check how many followers does she have? She has 2.1 million followers, and I'm pretty sure the majority of her followers are not really into Dogecoin or cryptocurrencies for the most part. So when she did that, I'm sure she gave Dogecoin an immense amount of coverage for a short time, right? And I probably got more people into Dogecoin to invest in. Look at 48.5 thousand retweets. All right, that's a lot, you know. Um, well, yeah, that's a lot. And let's just see if she got the tattoo here. Okay, she did. It says I can't tell what that says, but it looks nice though. I'll leave it at that. Oh, here you go. Oh, it says Doge. Huh. I think she forgot. I think she forgot. I think she forgot to add on the coin part. Dogecoin. But that's okay though. A for effort. The point is that people like this who are influencers share this Dogecoin greatness with other people here. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do as well by creating these videos here. By sharing the news, sharing the technical analysis to kind of demystify it and just, make it more friendly. So more investor friendly, right? Because not everyone is into investing stuff. So they might not have the knowledge or the technical knowledge to know how to read a chart and everything. So I try to do that part here, and that's kind of why I saw that need for it, and that's kind of why I started doing it because I just see on forums, everyone just saying, oh, buy, sell, but there isn't any real reason. I don't see any fundamental reasoning or anything. It's just buy and sell. So that's kind of why I decided to make this channel here and trying to share out this kind of stuff here because even though this isn't really I would say fundamental news, but at the same token, it is fundamental because this brings brand awareness, right? This is huge marketing for Dogecoin specifically. Um, Pretty much exactly. So that's why I thought it was interesting here. Okay, and then you see all these people responding to it right here, right? So if all these people are responding to it, this just tells me, hey, you know what? Um, this must be something influential here. And as for her being a Twitter influencer, this is up her alley, right? And she's influencing Dogecoin as well by bringing it more market relevance, more market adoption here. So check this out. Who wore it better, a corgi? Okay, you know what? I just thought this was hilarious here, so I had to retweet it myself. I said this is why Dogecoin is going to the moon. I mean, okay, I'll leave it at that. I thought it was funny. So of course, as always. Oh, by the way, I just made a Twitter account, so I will be retweeting out stuff that I find interesting or tweeting stuff out that I find interesting as well. So just if you want to follow that stuff instead of watching YouTube all the time, if you want to update a quick update, you can watch that as well. But obviously, the YouTube videos will be more in depth though. Um, so the link will be in my profile as well. Okay, check this out. Another article here by Investors Place. Dogecoin is just a game, so make sure you know the rules. Dogecoin shouldn't have any value, but that doesn't mean it won't. Okay, this kind of sounds a little bearish and a little bullish at the same time. It sounds a little more ambivalent, So it's like, okay. So if you think cryptocurrencies are silly, you think Dogecoin is absolutely ridiculous. If you think cryptocurrencies will drive a bright future of decentralized finance, well, you might still think Dogecoin is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, that's a catchy first paragraph right there. This is a cryptocurrency conceived as a joke based on an internet meme. It's a cryptocurrency with basically zero interest from developers. That isn't true. There's a whole flurry of developers actually on the Dogecoin dev on Reddit, and they're actually working furiously right now. The Rosetta API, they have all kinds of functions built into the Dogecoin core. But anyway, it's a cryptocurrency that already blew up once, and whose narrow use case no longer even exists. And yet Dogecoin, as I write this, had a market cap of about 6.5 billion. It's rallied 793% so far in 2021 alone. The obvious question is why? The obvious answer is that Dogecoin is a bubble full of speculators who believe they will be able to buy the coin and dump it on a greater fool. I don't know. If everyone believes that, why isn't it, usually with pump and dumps, they're gone, within a week or two, right? Or even a few days. But Dogecoin has been around here for about almost 2 or 3 months now, since the peak of 8 cents. So, yeah, man, I don't know about this one here. Or maybe there's a really long bubble. It beats me. But usually, from what I've seen with cryptos, when they pump and dump, they go real quick. In a day or two, it's done. Or a few weeks, This has been going for a while now, so I don't know. I see tons of people buying Dogecoin and huge quantities, and you know myself, I'm just accumulating. I always encourage you buy. I mean nibble, not and not bite. What I mean is buy small, not buy big. Anyway, that fool theory basically is a bull case at this point. Of course, that theory worked until it doesn't. Okay, well, when it goes on to wherever it goes on to, I'll be buying some more too as well. 'Cause I believe in it, and so does Elon Musk. Again, I don't want to sound like an Elon Musk fanboy, but I know I do though. But you got to understand that the man is behind this, and the man doesn't bet on things that sink and fail. He makes things happen. So, the history of Dogecoin. It bears repeating, Dogecoin was created as a joke. It was a way to poke fun at the proliferation of so-called altcoins at the time. As the Wall Street Journal, as the Wall Street Journal put it, founder Billy Marcus set out to create a coin so ridiculous that it could never be taken seriously. The coin was based on internet memes of Shiba Inu, and while Bitcoin was designed with a cap of 21 million coins, Dogecoin originally started with 100 billion. That figure is even higher now. Okay. Indeed, save for the higher cap, Dogecoin is basically a copy of Bitcoin. Marcus took the crypto's open source code and hit Control F, replacing Bitcoin with Dogecoin. The crypto soon took off, becoming popular on Reddit, but the party didn't last for long. Okay. Dogecoin drew the attention of crypto exchange called Moolah, run by a man who called himself Alex Green, because Dogecoin mining was not particularly difficult or expensive. Green gave the currency away at will. Other holders pooled their resources to sponsor a NASCAR car and to raise money for charity. But Moolah wound up stealing thousands of dollars from users. Green turned out to be a serial fraudster named Ryan Candy. Candy is now in prison. Good. We don't like fraudsters, man. The community that had kept the joke going to take wait. The community that had kept the joke going took a huge hit, and so did Dogecoin price. As recently as of late October, Dogecoin was trading for barely 1/4 of a penny. Okay. And where is it now today? About 0.53 as of this recording right now. That's a pretty big change, right? What's the use case? The problem with the collapse of Dogecoin is that it took the wind out of the sails, out of the ecosystem. When the crypto was popular a few years back, it was used for a tipping system on Reddit. That too collapsed in scandal. That essentially was the only use case for Dogecoin. Once gone, the utility of the platform vanished. So one of the core problems at this point is that there is really no ecosystem. There aren't the myriad of applications running on other altcoins like Ethereum, Ripple. Dogecoin is basically a Bitcoin, but with no cap end, as Josh Enomoto pointed out on his site, a potential double spend problem. In other words, Dogecoin simply isn't useful. Yes, it can be used to exchange to other cryptocurrencies, but it's not available on Coinbase, for instance. The utility is limited. Okay, this article is a little misleading because the author is not interviewing the Dogecoin developers, right? Who are working furiously to implement the Rosetta API to basically translate Dogecoin into a Coinbase for the most part. Okay, so and Robinhood and Robinhood as well, the whale of Dogecoin currently, is also working to increase the cryptocurrency team at Robinhood, and they are also in discussions and talks of how to implement Robinhood wallets for cryptocurrency. So when that happens in the near future, I'm gonna say that Dogecoin is gonna be very useful. And this article over here, it's gonna be null and void for the most part. The 2021 pump, and yet right now the coin has a market cap of over 6.5 billion. What's going on? Okay, first of all, if you have a pump for something that's trash, I mean, $6.5 billion isn't necessarily chump change, right? This is bigger than companies such. This is bigger than companies on a Wall Street market here. Just to put it into perspective, it's bigger than Xerox. It's bigger than certain companies on the actual S&P. On the Wall Street market, on the New York Stock Exchange right here. So if this really is a pump and dump, how is this bigger than those companies, right? Considering it has no use case, no value. Are people just that insane? I guess I am that insane. I'm clearly buying it. Simply put, traders are having a field day. Truthfully, I'm not even sure they can be called traders. Traders might have a short-term focus, but there's usually some sort of logic underpinning that focus. Maybe a technical analysis, which I cover about Dogecoin as well, or perhaps a catalyst that will drive a quick move, which I cover as well, aka the video you're watching right now, aka the video what you're watching right now is what I call the Dogecoin news. These are kind of like the catalysts or the fundamentals that you hear being reported, and this is kind of what drives the stock market. But in this case here, for Dogecoin, same idea, just different use case. Um, that's not the case here. This is just speculators buying a cryptocurrency either because they think someone else will pay more, or as Dogecoin founders termed it, for sillies. Okay, well, I'm buying it for sillies, and you know what? Hashtag do only good every day. All right, it's a game. Most of the buyers know that. Tesla chief executive officer Elon Musk knows that. This is not Bitcoin or Ethereum, where there is at least the possibility of financial evolution. But anyone who wants to play needs to understand that core fact. It's obviously from a quick Google search that some don't. The questions surfaced by a search. The questions surfaced by a search engine highlight that problem. Will Dogecoin reach $1? Well, it would have a market cap well past 100 billion, which seems unlikely. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say even 100 million is unlikely for Dogecoin, right? But here we are at 6.5 billion. You know, I'm investing in Dogecoin for the years to come. I'm not trading it. I'm buying it and holding on to it for years. This is something I'm gonna buy and sell in a short term right here. So this is for me, it's an investment. So I don't mind. It can take its time. Like Elon Musk is buying it for a little X right here, right? When little X is 18 years old, and when Dogecoin is probably $1 or $10 by then in 18 years, booyah! Guess what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Little X is gonna have a ton of founding money to create new companies, right? And that is what rich people do. They buy assets. This is actually an asset, a cryptocurrency asset, and they will it off to their children, and that's what I'm going to be doing here because this to me is something that's affordable. That's something that I can do for my future children, right? And I'm sure most people doing it are probably in the same age group as me. And you know what? I'm investing in you, right? If I put $100, why not, right? A few grand, so what? It's not going to change my life, but if it goes off, it can possibly change my kid's life, right? And that's kind of why people do this. Can Dogecoin hit $10? At that point, Dogecoin is worth more than 1 trillion. Crazier things have happened in this market, and a round number price target is as good as any. But a 1 trillion valuation for this game seems a bit much. The point is that no one really knows where this game goes or how it ends. So if you're going to play, do it with fun money, not as an investment. Okay, I agree with that. I'm only investing what I can lose, So that's kind of why I always say nibble and don't bite. Nibble means you bite small over time. So I average up and down. I don't mind. The point being is that I buy over time as well, so I don't get stuck somewhere. And yeah, so this kind of concludes it. And actually, from the beginning reading this article here, I thought it was pretty bearish. After reading the whole thing here, it's actually quite informative in that sense, where the author is saying, hey, you know what, invest, it's totally cool, but just be aware of certain caveats. And I agree. Usually in my videos, I also share these similar perspectives as well. I like to give the bearish side, the bullish side, and the fundamental side as well. So, yeah, this is great. And it is, hey, John, if you watch this far, do me a huge favor and just tap that subscribe button, tap that like button for the one reason and one reason only, to grow the Dogecoin community. I will catch you all on the next one.